So, hello YouTube. I've been tagged by two YouTubers. That's Michgan Garden Girl, that's Taylor, and Salongirl Gardens, Marie, for this 3 things you've learnt this year challenge that's going around. It's been going around for months and it's very interesting actually, but I'm not going to lie, this has been hard, because not because I ain't learnt nothing, but because I learnt too much. And it's hard to put it into words, just 3 things, toning it down to 3 things. So anyway, I've given it a lot of thought, and the first thing that I learnt this year was not to sow my autumn plants too soon. I mean, I planted my peas beginning of September, and look, there's peas on there. I mean, alright, they're not got peas in them yet, but we could eat them as mange too. But there'll be peas soon, and there's loads of pea flowers, and it's not just there, look. I mean, that's the other thing. I wasn't even going to plant them in the greenhouse. They were supposed to go outside, but they come on so quick, and I had nowhere to put them. Where I was growing outside, I still had stuff in, so they ended up replacing tomatoes and where the watermelon was, and things like that. I mean, it's not a big deal. In fact, it looks like I'm going to get a bonus. I mean, if we don't get too many really cold nights. We had a cold night last night, we had a bit of frost, but of course it's a little bit protected in here. I mean, this is unheated, but it's not too bad. So yeah, so that's the first thing. If you want to keep them for, if you want them for spring, I'm not going to plant them too early. I'll show you outside in a bit my garlic. That is also shouldn't be planted. Traditionally it was supposed to be planted on the 31st of October, which is Halloween, and I've always said I wonder if that's where they got the idea in the Dracula stories, that garlic wards off vampires, because Halloween being the night presumably when vampires would be out and about, and it's the same day that traditionally you were supposed to plant your garlic. Anyway, my garlic's about 5-6 inches tall, maybe, the leaves, and it should only just be going in the ground. So what I'm going to do later on, I'm going to plant some more, and I'm going to see if it makes a difference. Anyway, that's number one. So number one is, don't plant your autumn or fall crops too early. The second one has to be that cabbage white butterflies are some sort of elite force. They must be the commandos of the insect world, because I put a scaffold net, which you can see through the grass here, through the greenhouse glass. It's now covering my broad beans. The idea for that, again, they were planted too soon. They've got too tall. I don't know if you can see them through there, but they're about, some of them are getting on for 5-6 inches tall, and this frost would probably wipe them out. They're supposed to be winter hardy, but to get that big and to get the frost that we've been getting, so I covered them in a scaffold net, just to sort of improve the microclimate a bit, just to keep it a bit warmer in there than it possibly would have been. So anyway, yeah, number two is about these cabbage white butterflies. That same net was over my spring cabbage up there, and one morning I came out and 5 of the plants were totally obliterated, and when I looked, it's the caterpillar from the cabbage white. Now they must have found some way to bore through the net or whatever, I don't know. Never found the never found the butterfly, but found what she left. Her eggs hatched, and well, they got dispatched. But so the second thing I learned is that scaffold netting does not keep out cabbage white butterflies. The third, I've got so many things written down that I could use here, but the third thing, and I don't know yet if I have learnt this, bear with me, is sweet potatoes. Now, I don't know if you remember, but back in August I planted one because it had started shooting and it started late, and the plant's still growing. I mean, it's been attacked and some of the leaves are dying off, but it's throwing out new leaves down the bottom here, and the old sweet potato has rotted away. And but I've been watching loads of videos about sweet potatoes, and so the plan is that next year I'll do it properly. So on one of the videos I watched, it said they take 100 days in the ground to produce tubers. Well, that going in the middle of August, so I'm going to leave this hopefully till the end of next month, the end of November, if I can. That all depends on how bad the frost is, because it's only in a bucket, and it's a thin plastic bucket. So, I mean, I'm not even expecting any great shakes from it. I planted it late, etc., etc. But we shall see. But yeah, so that's my three things. The first one, don't grow your autumn or fall if you're the other side of the pond. Don't start your autumn vegetables off too soon. Number two, cabbage white butterflies are incredibly able to get through scaffold netting, which is fine mesh. I know you probably can't even see that, but the mesh is so fine, it's amazing it got through. But anyway, that's number two. And number three, I must have watched 20 or 30 of you guys with your sweet potatoes, and hopefully some of that knowledge will sink in, and then next year I'm going to try and do it properly. And of course, if I can, I'll video it, and you'll see if I learned anything or not. But I mean, there's so many things I learned, but they're the three that stand out. I mean, one other one I will tell you quickly, neem oil. Obviously I'd heard of neem oil, but I've actually seen some of you guys using it, and so I purchased a bottle. Got it from eBay. It came through the other day. Too late for this year, but it ain't going to go bad, is it? So next year, watch out, bugs, because I got the neem oil. The other thing is just how great the community is on YouTube. I mean, not just gardening. This is like every subject you can think of. I mean, I'm watching channels on all different stuff. Travel. There's one family, and their name escapes me. They're travelling all around America in a camper van, and it's brilliant for me. I'm getting to see places I would never, ever, ever get to see. So yeah. And then there's another guy who does scuba diving in lakes and rivers and things, and that's really good. I could go on. You all know I watch loads of stuff, and I never fail to comment if I watch it, because having a channel myself now, I know how much that means to get a comment, and I'm grateful to all you guys who watch me as well and give me comments, and thanks very much for supporting me. So basically that's that. I'll just give you a very quick walkthrough, very quick. So the greenhouse is unheated, and as I said, it got down to freezing last night, and it's now in the greenhouse, it's 26 degrees, and it says that it's 15 outside. These in centigrade, so 15 in centigrade is about 58, 57 Fahrenheit. So yeah, it's not too bad today, but it did get down to freezing overnight. So as I said, there's the broad beans. Not sure if I can get in to show you them, not without disrupting it all, I don't think. But I'll flip the camera on that, and you might get to see it, and I'll see this when you do. But yeah, there's the broad beans. As I say, I've tried to make that microclimate a bit warmer in there. As for the veg truck, when I bought that, it came with this cover. Look, I just assembled. It's like a metal frame, and it's got this I don't know what it is, polystyrene, polypropylene. It's like a greenhouse type thing, and well, nothing's frost damaged. There's the celery that I planted, onions, lettuce, strawberries, still getting ripe strawberries off of there, herbs. It's all doing well, and it's covered and protected. So yeah, I'm going to keep it covered, obviously. Now it's on. This is what I was telling you about them spring greens. Bloody caterpillars. No, that's the best one I've got left. The rest have all had some. I'm just looking here. Oh no, it's not. I thought there was caterpillars still on it, but it's not. But yeah, you can see the damage. They had a net over them. This is the garlic. This is what I was telling you about. Look at the height of that. And there's my hand, just for comparison. That's my hand, and the garlic. Well, that leaf, that's got to be a foot long. That one particular leaf there. Another pot here. So I'm going to start another pot of them off. Strawberry runner's doing good. Everything else. These peas I planted later, and that's the size I would expect them to be at this time of year. but them other ones in the greenhouse, obviously I started too soon for overwintering, but it's all a learning curve. Still got me leeks and the carrots. I start pulling a few of them carrots actually, see what's happening. The figs, it looks like I'm going to lose them, they ain't going to get ripe, and Brett over at Lyonheart 84 kind of told me that, so that guy, if you don't know him, he's worth tuning into. So anyway, leaves me now to just tag 3 other channels. So I want to tag, now I've given this a lot of thought again, there's lots of you guys that I watch and I enjoy watching, obviously, otherwise I wouldn't watch, but I've mentioned lots of channels in the past, but these 3, they really, I'm learning off them all the time, and they're doing interesting videos, and they're well worth a look. If you don't already go to them, give them a look. The first one is Penny at P. Smith Gardener. These are in no particular order, by the way. The second one is Cindy at My Lazy Day Garden, and the third one is Amber at Gardening from Scratch. So that's P. Smith Gardener, My Lazy Day Garden, and Gardening from Scratch. I challenge you 3 now to tell us the 3 things you learned this year in your garden. And I hope I ain't bored you too much by rabbiting on, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.